one revolution.
Bookmarklets on standby.
Log online, fan page loaded and ready.
Player stats, loaded. Health check, go.
Weapons check. Ice check, complete.
We have launched for the Informant podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to this episode of the Informant podcast, where family is first. Your news source for information regarding Mafia wars from Zynga. I'm Pistol Pete from Stockholm.
Live long and prosper.
With me tonight is Mig, Chainsaw Chester, and Jana, Mig, Death by Gucci.
How are you?
I'm good. Things are going well. Got a big week ahead of me at work, but so I don't know how much Stockholm time I'll get in this next week. We got auditors and everything coming in, so it's going to be a busy week.
Auditors. That's never pretty.
Nope. But
You missed Chester last week.
yeah. And then this week we're short Jennifer.
Jana,
Yeah, we're always...
I think we're actually short Pete.
Well, Pete's mind at least.
Yeah, and Jana's always half short, so sorry. But Chester, what's your excuse?
I'm just a lazy dog.
Oh, okay.
I sucks.
I seriously heard you had a chainsaw incident.
I did. It was a beautiful thing.
Was it?
Yeah, that's the only way to cut up a turkey.
That's what I thought, especially coming out of Chainsaw Chester.
That's right.
Must have been good.
Throw that turkey on the table and just tear it up and let the bits fly to everybody's plates.
That's right. You just got to shove it in its turdunk in there and just let her rip.
And your family from China and Ireland all appreciated that,
Yeah,
right?
everybody came over. Everybody had a great time. Had a 20-pound bird, cooked it to perfection, homemade cranberry sauce.
That means Catherine cooked, right?
No, actually,
Oh.
Hong Kong cooked.
Oh,
Hong
okay.
Kong and Ireland cooked.
Oh, okay.
So it was absolutely phenomenal. So what else has been going on with you guys? I know last week we talked about a lot of stuff, but I know things have changed this week.
There's stuff going out like crazy. I mean, just before we started the show, the Secret Santa mission started just minutes ago. So tomorrow.
Did it?
And then yesterday, or just about the day before yesterday, the cake jailbreak, where you have to get the birthday cake, the wedding cake, and the cupcake. I don't know even where that came from, because it's not cake. I guess cake at Christmas.
Maybe there's like a file in the cake.
Well, actually, there is. There's a hacksaw in the birthday cake. There's a
Okay.
what they have in the wedding cake? It was a file in the wedding cake, and then they have dynamite in the cupcake. But they should have had
And with the Christmas thing.
fruitcake.
Fruitcake, of course.
Should have
That's
had the
cute
file in the
fruitcake.
fruitcake.
Yes.
You're the fruitcake, Jana's the cupcake.
Thank you. Yay. I'd
You're
so
the
much
nut
rather
cake.
be a cupcake.
I am the nut cake.
I might be a cross between a cupcake and a fruitcake. I'm not sure.
But this new, the new Christmas event, there's a couple of cool things that you can get in there. Proximity Mine, which is 70 attack, 39 defense, which that also helps your combine go up to 109 with that one. And then there's a Field Rider motor scooter, which is a 71 defense and a 21 attack.
A scooter?
It's scooter.
It sounds so tough. Oh,
It
gosh,
is.
that's intimidating.
Looks like something my kid would ride. But the Secret Santa mission looks pretty decent. There's only 4 things: a demolition expert, bagman, driver, and a electronics expert.
Well, that can't hurt. I love all the new
No,
stuff.
and it's a lower one as well. So like the one I'm actually doing right now for a friend in MIG is the electronics expert, and I'm doing 7 energy and 6 stam. And then there's another one with 8 energy and like 4 stam or something like that. I think that was the dem.
Uh-huh. Very well.
They look decent.
So, Pete, has anything been changing this week in Stockholm with these missions?
A little bit. Martin's jumped on the Nader bandwagon. You know, for a long time, it's funny because when I first started writing bookmarklets with Martin, we tried to keep everything Mafia Wars named and stuff like that, so we had like the Bagman. Then all of a sudden, I started this Nader thing with that whole Lincolnator thing, and then the Get Nader.
Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated.
The whole Doofenshmirtz.
Yeah, and then now all of a sudden Martin comes out with one called the Missionator. And what it does is, it's kind of unique in a lot of times lately we're all getting frustrated because people aren't getting people to finish their missions. So you have missions that show up on your My Mafia missions page that you can't complete because the person that's initiated it isn't following up on it. Well, what you can do with the Missionator is, and I knew I was going to get tongue-tied over this. I think he just did it.
Missionator.
The
Say it again.
I had to say it really slow so I made sure I got it right. Missionator. Anyway.
It's like you were the butcher of names last week.
Oh,
well done
man.
with that, too.
All right.
Well,
whatever. At least I tried.
We missed you.
Yeah. So
I wasn't going to embarrass myself.
Yeah. So
No, I like that. Missionator.
That's what it is.
Very good.
So what you do is you run it on your My Mafia missions page, and it will collect up it'll look at each of your missions and create a bunch of tiny URLs for each of those missions, which you can post on your wall, and then your friends can help with those missions too. So it's not
Okay, let me ask this. So
Yeah.
do you copy, like with the Linkinator, do you post a profile, or would I copy and paste that and put it onto my profile?
Yes, you'd have to right now you'd have to copy and paste it
Yes.
to your profile because Martin didn't add a
Okay.
button like I did on Linkinator. But one of the requests was
Okay.
to create a very similar, click here to publish to Facebook option, which then would push it right to Facebook for you. So, but the nice part is it gives you an opportunity now to get those missions completed, because it's just a pain when they sit out there. I've literally had 7 go completely expired, and a lot of them really frustrate me when you only got one person missing from it, and you're just like, you couldn't get one more person to finish it? Come on.
I know, and sometimes that person has finished it up to maybe 75, 80%.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then nothing.
They should allow
And I'm like,
us to actually get something for that instead of waiting on some wanker over there.
It is frustrating.
The one thing I recommended in the forums, and I'd love to see him do it because I think it'd be hilarious, it'd really make the missions a little bit more complicated, but it'd be fun, is you should have an opportunity, if a person that has initiated the event hasn't re-asked for help in, let's say, 24 hours, then the mission should be up for grabs from anybody that's on the mission to take it over.
Like it.
Yeah.
Absolutely like it.
Yes,
So
I
that
love
you
Don't
it.
love it, but I like it.
Yeah, you can.
I love it.
You can go in and now become the mastermind of the event, or that particular mission, and then take it over and finish it off. And then that'll teach the person that didn't go in there and do what they were supposed to do to get it finished quickly. So I just thought
Right.
that would be a neat idea. Obviously, it
And
has
they
to
should lose stuff, too, like a finger.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Exactly, a severed pinky.
Severed pinky. They lose one of those from their
We want your
inventory that they
pinkies.
can't use anymore.
Exactly, yeah, at least give me something.
So that's pretty much the big thing over at Stockholm. One of the previous episodes we talked about the site that we set up for managing tickets and issues and so on and so forth, and I'll publish that back up on the Informant podcast page. It's going really well. We're getting good feedback there, and the nice part is it's keeping things a little bit better organized than just the discussion board, and we've already tackled some of the issues that have been published out there that people have asked for, feature requests and stuff. And so, like, some of the changes that were recently made in the Bagman Mugger were a direct result of people that posted their comments and recommendations, and we can actually track the issues a lot cleaner and easier there. So I appreciate everybody that's going there, and I'll get the URL published up on the Informant podcast so everybody can get there if they have any questions or issues they'd like to deal with. As we're talking about things that are going on in the game, they are now releasing that Forge Your Destiny coming up this weekend. They're going to have Upgrade Your Armory to get some new items. And we're not sure yet whether or not you're going to actually have to upgrade a level in the armory. But I have to say that, they are getting better with they've always been getting better with their graphics. Their graphic artists really do a good job. The developers need some work sometimes, but their graphic artists do a wonderful job. The piece that they show in the graphic for the new armory upgrade, it's a pretty neat thing. It kind of reminds me of Iron Man.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Spocklets on its 5-year mission to seek out strange new life and new civilizations, and to boldly go where no bookmark writer has gone before.
Human
sometimes make illogical decisions.
I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer.
Spocklets Mafia tools are not endorsed by Zynga. However, they have been known to prevent carpal tunnel syndrome. Enjoy.
Live long and prosper.
Be sure to visit us on the web at www.facebook.com/mafiatools.
Welcome back to the Informant podcast. Next up, I have Chainsaw Chester with the family life. What's going on with you? We missed you last week.
I was there to be missed.
Yes, you were. Where were you to be missed?
I was actually here at the house. We had just had everybody leave. They went off to their own countries. Actually, people went to other countries. And I just could not get into this. I was not able to jump in and help out. I had to do some family stuff. So, as we say, family is first. And
absolutely.
So
it's a role.
I was listening to the show, and I listened to the Butcher of Names, which, well done, Pete. You do that well.
Thank you.
And
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, so I just wanted to let you know his name is Vibov.
Okay.
And
Hi, Vibov.
so that's how you pronounce it. And he doesn't have 7 friends. It's 7 people altogether, so 6 in him. Yeah, that is cool. So thank you very much for listening. Thanks for going into the rant. In that rant, he had also, that he emailed in, he talked about changing your class or being added into those top mafias in different positions,
right,
to help your character out. And that is one of the best things to do, is to have your friends actually add you in as the wheelman, mastermind, bagman, things like that, because those give you different bonuses.
Well, and Chester, I don't want to take you off guard, but if I change someone, is that going to affect the rewards that I get for them being the button man at a high percentage?
Well, no, because you can always replace them with somebody else at a high percentage.
But is that going to take away if I forget that that one person I didn't change?
Well, no. If you have somebody there that gives you a plus 11 on something, and you take them out and you don't put them back in, yes, it's going to take 11% off of whatever you were getting.
Okay.
Okay, so you always have to make sure that if you take somebody off, you replace them. You can replace them with a lot of other people, and it's easy to figure it out, because it'll actually tell you, if you say, I'm going to promote this person, it'll show you, like the red ones, don't do it because obviously they're crappy for that one. But otherwise, it'll show you 10 for 10, 11 for 11, and just choose the right one.
Well, okay, just out of curiosity, since you changed to Fearless, you've always been my mastermind, right?
Yep.
And did that affect, because I have not gone in and checked my top mafia, did that affect that? Do I need to remove you and change you? Or
if I were you, I'd go back in and check your top mafia.
Okay, all right. Because that might have affected it, huh?
Oh, absolutely. So if you do change a class and you're in somebody's top mafia, that will affect the percentage that they give you.
Okay.
So
that's what I was wondering. Like, if someone was to quit playing or something, am I going to lose my bonus?
Well, no, because their character is still there.
Okay.
Except there are certain instances which, if you change a class that's not available, so let's say they were like a wheelman to start, which is you have to be a fearless character in order to be able to be a wheelman, and they change their class to mogul. Then what'll happen is they'll end up dropping off your top mafia, because they can no longer hold that class anymore. So there are instances where you will see people drop off your top mafia if they've switched a class that is no longer available to their character type. Now, an interesting thing that used to be the case, and I don't know, and we'll let Bossy Dawn correct us on this one, and I'm sure she'll probably correct me on what I just said there too. But
of course,
but there used to be a case of that if you got added to Top Mafia, and even if the person later removed you, you still got the Mafia credit for it. So let's say you were added as a bagman, and later they removed you and put another bagman in their place. You still got credit for it, and so when you were doing jobs, you would actually get your bagman bonus. So there were cases that would still be true. Now, I don't know if that still holds true to this day. There was a time way back when you could actually add yourself to all the top Mafia slots on a separate account.
Are you kidding? Really?
No, yeah, dead
Yep.
serious. Now that's been corrected, but there's definitely, and that would be circumventing the system, and I'm not promoting that because
That's
I wouldn't
bad.
do that. That's right. It's
That's
very
your
bad.
TOS fail.
Yeah, that's right. But there were that did exist as a workaround to get yourself, and where it did come in handy though was a mogul, for example, could never be a wheelman, so you would never get the wheelman bonus. But if you could go
Right.
ahead and add yourself as a wheelman by tricking the system, so to speak, then you would now get that bonus too. So it's one of those,
see.
but that doesn't exist anymore. It's been gone for a while.
I don't know if you guys remember for like at least a 12-hour period, maybe a month to 6 months to a year ago, Zynga had changed it where we were changing our top Mafia to all sorts of things where we even needed really low-level players. Do you think that they're going to bring that back?
I don't think so. They took such a beating over that when it came out because it was like Spam Fest 2010.
It was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Oh,
it was,
it
but I
was
spent
insane.
a whole night placing my Mafia.
Well, yeah, because
So
they
I
had
always
that whole
wondered if
18 level 8 and unders or 18 and under or whatever it was. You had to get people in that low level tier brought up above. It was a mess. I will give them credit for this. I kind of liked the layout of the Top Mafia when it came out that way, but I didn't like the functionality of it.
It was nasty.
The second worst thing to that was what happened last week with that dinner with Don Corleone or whatever that thing was.
The dinner with Don. Yes,
That was the second spammiest thing that Zynga ever released. That was a mess too.
One of the things I wish that they would have done for your top Mafia and your Mafia is that if I want to be able to sort it. Do you remember when they used to allow you to sort it? They would allow you to sort who's in your Mafia. And it was there for a very, very, very short time, a year and a half ago, I think, maybe 2 years ago. And you could actually do your sorting by strength or by whatever the other attributes were in those columns. And I wish that they would allow me to say, okay, I want to change my wheelman. Show me everybody that would be a good wheelman. And then let me choose.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
let me go through 5,000 pages of people to find somebody. Because that is the biggest pain in the ass that I can see.
I would
go
love to
through.
just be able to put the name in.
A bookmarklet that's been written a long time ago would go in and assess each line and determine and highlight which ones would be best at give you the 15%, the 11% or whatever without you having to try to do the math in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we had another rant on the phone line too.
We've had another one.
Yeah, it's the guy.
Let's listen to it.
It's Mr. 3000.
I love the rants in general, so people keep them coming.
You got to listen to this one.
Yeah, hi, it's me again. You probably remember me as the number 3000 winner that never really won anything. I'm just calling again because I'm still trying to figure things out. You guys just had another contest with 3 winners, and you always want people to register and do things. And I'll admit, I'm not the most computer-savvy person, but I just want to hit the like button and win a prize. Can we do that? That's all I want. Maybe give me that loot lady or that Jana Gucci. She sounds good. Send me their numbers. Give me their phone numbers. That'll work. Thanks again. Bye.
Wow, so I listened to that, and you know what I didn't hear,
What?
Pete?
Anything about who he is?
Exactly. How do we get back in touch with you? This is the second time that you've said, I need some help. I want some stuff.
I want your stuff.
I'm just going
And
to call him
then
Mr.
you don't tell
3000.
us who you are. Yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
3000, tell us who you are. Just tip@informantpodcast.com, email us, and say, I'm Mr. 3000. This is how I can prove it. And we have stuff for you.
We even
But you
told you
keep
on one of
running
the other
away.
episodes we were going to get ahead and give you stuff as the first ranter. But without knowing who you are, we can't do anything.
Yes, you're going to have to prove yourself if you want our goodies. And no phone numbers.
Leave your information.
Yes.
All of you that listen to the show, you guys need to jump into the Mafia Wars Players for Charity. The mock war that we're having from December 10th to the 12th. This thing's creeping up. Okay?
Yes.
You got to get in. $2. Jump in. Benefits St. Jude's Children's Hospital and the Wounded Warrior Project. Bring your friends. Pay for them. Have them pay for you if you're a mooch. Do something. Good.
Exactly.
Yep. You're going to have a bunch of great prizes that are in there. Gift cards, lotto sets, high-end loot. And like Jana, like you said before, it's a good feeling when you're out.
It is. It really is.
I think that's all we've got right now. So, anybody got some shout-outs?
I want to give a shout out to my buddy Scott Rendell. Love you. Miss you.
Scovin.
Miss you.
That's right. I want to say hello to Prince Charlie, the bus driver.
I'm a prince.
But wait, I wanted to give a shout out to Charlie too. That was next week. Charlie,
Oh.
Trump.
Yeah,
Hi,
that's
Charlie.
a preemptive strike there. Yeah, but Plinth, we miss you. Spock home.
So to all the Spocklets out there,
Spocklets, you guys need to come like us. Come Liskin.
I think they're starting to, slowly but surely.
Yep.
Little by little.
Well, that's the end of another episode of the Informant Podcast. We want to tell you that you can get to us on the tip hotline, tip@informantpodcast.com. Or you can reach us by phone, right, Jana?
Yes, you can reach us by phone at 707-847-6852.
So we just want to thank everybody for listening. We'll see you next time on the Informant Podcast, where family is first.
I wanna cross, get 'em crashing to the brand new world.